Have you ever wondered how one city could change the world? From a bustling port to a global icon, this is the story of New York City in the century that defined it. Let's journey back to where it all began. The year is 1900. A new century dawns, and New York City is a magnet for the world's dreamers. Ellis Island is the gateway, and in 1907 alone, over 1 million souls passed through its halls, each carrying a suitcase and a heart full of hope. This massive influx of people from every corner of the globe created a true melting pot, a city built on a chorus of different languages, cultures, and ambitions. The streets were electric, packed with energy and endless possibility. But how do you move millions of people in a city that's bursting at the seams? The answer came from below. In 1904, the ground rumbled as the first subway line opened, a revolutionary artery of steel and steam that connected the far-flung boroughs. Suddenly, distance didn't matter. The city became a 24-hour entity, its pulse beating nonstop, day and night. The subway didn't just move people, it connected dreams and turned New York into the city that never sleeps. While the city expanded underground, it also began to reach for the heavens. This was the dawn of the skyscraper. The iconic Flatiron Building, completed in 1902, sliced through the air like the prow of a great ship, a symbol of a new architectural era. It was soon joined by the Woolworth Building, dubbed the Cathedral of Commerce, a Gothic marvel that scraped the clouds and declared New York's ambition to the world. The skyline was no longer just a horizon, it was a statement. As the city soared, its culture exploded. The 1920s roared in with the Jazz Age. Prohibition made drinking illegal, but it only drove the party underground into hidden speakeasies where the music was hot and the cocktails were cold. Uptown, the Harlem Renaissance was in full swing, a powerful cultural movement that gave birth to legendary art, literature, and music, solidifying New York's status as a global creative capital. But the roaring party came to a screeching halt. The stock market crash of 1929 plunged the nation into the Great Depression, and New York was hit hard. The once bustling Times Square was now home to breadlines, a stark reminder of the city's sudden change in fortune. Hope seemed a distant memory for millions struggling to survive. Yet, even in its darkest hour, New York's ambition refused to die. In a stunning display of defiance, the race to the sky continued. The magnificent Chrysler Building, with its Art Deco spire, was completed in 1930, followed just a year later by the Empire State Building. For decades, it would stand as the tallest building in the world, a powerful symbol of resilience built by workers who risked their lives, eating lunch on steel beams suspended high above the city streets. Help came in the form of the New Deal. Mayor Fiorello LaGuardia and the master builder, Robert Moses, began a massive public works campaign, transforming the city's landscape. They built the bridges, parks, and highways that we still use today, weaving the 5 boroughs together and laying the foundation for modern New York. Then, the world went to war. New York Harbor became the principal port for American troops and supplies heading to the battlefields of Europe. The city was a crucial hub for the war effort, its shipyards and factories working around the clock. The bright lights of Broadway were dimmed, but the spirit of the city burned brighter than ever, united in a common cause. After the war, a new era of global leadership began. The United Nations chose New York for its headquarters, officially making it the capital of the world. The city was at the center of international diplomacy, a place where nations came together to shape the future. The post-war boom brought prosperity and a sense of optimism as New York settled into its role as a global superpower. But the good times didn't last forever. The 1970s brought the city to its knees. Facing bankruptcy, rampant crime, and urban decay, New York became known as Fear City. The subways were covered in graffiti, entire neighborhoods were crumbling, and many believed the city's best days were behind it. It was a gritty, dangerous time. And yet, from that grit, an incredible cultural explosion erupted. Amidst the chaos, art flourished. In the South Bronx, on a hot summer night in 1973, a DJ named Kool Herc used 2 turntables to create a new sound, a new rhythm, a new culture. Hip-hop was born, a voice for the voiceless that would go on to conquer the world. At the same time, downtown, the Twin Towers of the World Trade Center were completed, a symbol of economic power that stood in stark contrast to the city's struggles. As the city climbed out of its financial crisis, the 1980s and 90s ushered in the Wall Street boom. Finance became the city's engine, and a new wave of wealth and ambition transformed Manhattan. The gritty streets started to get a polish, and New York reemerged as a symbol of prosperity and power, its skyline glittering with renewed confidence. Then came the day that changed everything. On September 11, 2001, the world watched in horror as the Twin Towers fell. The attack left a deep wound on the city's heart, a scar on its skyline. The grief was immense, but in the days and weeks that followed, something incredible happened. The spirit of New York, the spirit of resilience that had seen it through every crisis, shone through. First responders, volunteers, and ordinary citizens came together with unwavering courage and unity. The city mourned, but it refused to be broken. In the years since, New York has reinvented itself once again. The economy has diversified, moving beyond finance to become a major tech hub known as Silicon Alley. The city's landscape has also evolved. The High Line, an elevated park built on an old railway, offers a unique green oasis, while futuristic developments like Hudson Yards are reshaping the modern skyline. New York proved it could not only recover, but build a better, more dynamic future. From the age of steam to the age of steel, from the birth of jazz to the birth of hip-hop, through depression, war, and tragedy, New York City has always been more than just a place on a map. It's an idea. It's the belief that people from anywhere can come together and create something extraordinary. It's a city that constantly falls and gets back up, each time stronger, more vibrant, and more itself. The city that never sleeps is, and always will be, the city that never quits. What's your favorite New York memory, or what movie best captures its spirit for you? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories like this.